All right, welcome, folks. We are live, and it's Monday, but we're still doing casual runs today because this is very probably and very likely going to be the only stream of the week, unfortunately. I will be traveling for the remainder of the week, so let's get after it. No skips. Easy two pair. That's the voucher. Don't need to buy that. Let's hold off. Maybe the superposition was actually worth there. Let's grab this. Both of these are good. Can't wait for the question of no guild stake. Yeah, I tried to preempt that, but I realized I probably said the reason why before anyone was even here, so rip. Let's just make some kings, maybe?
Well met.
Make a king and a 6 for the 6 cents. Sushi, thank you for the prime.
Well met.
And Mutt Packet, thank you for the 13. Oh god, not this again. I do like that, though. Probably too early for the voucher skip. Here. Maybe we can get the Royal Flush here or something. Skeet McGee, thank you for the 3. This will probably win. So we should just play the straight to get as many things through as possible. Some asparagus, thank you for the membership. Nope. Send this. I don't think we're going for the seance value until we actually get some suit changers. Just need 3 jacks and a king.
Well
Okay.
met.
Need the voucher. Huge temperance. Birdman, thank you for the 2. Okay, there's the suit changer. Okay, we actually
Well
have it
met.
already. But let's do these 3. Guess we can do something like this. Do you know how hard I've worked for this ectoplasm the past 4 weeks, maybe? Don't really need any of these. I'm gonna keep the seance just so that we can let's cut this so that we can try and get a deja vu now. Time to get absolutely screwed on vouchers. I don't know, maybe we're just regressing to the mean on our Nan and Fluck. Because I have the important one, I don't feel like we need to go in as hard. So, until we shape the deck a little bit better, maybe we hold off on... Do I need the Midas Mask anymore? Blank is already out of the way? Yeah, but Overstock is much more important early than blank. Okay. Could be a way to get some additional spectrals. I don't know, maybe the Hangman was better.
Well
Banana?
met.
Well, we got it anyway. Oh no, we can't do the vampire because we sold out of the Midas Mask. Kev, thank you for the 13. That's a lot of sixes. That's a little grim. That's still a lot of sixes. Who put all these sixes in my deck? Wait, I should have gone for the Royal Flush with the spades. We probably would have missed, but I should have still done it. Alright. Could also just get a red seal in here. Maybe not that one.
Well met.
Fraud Fred. I give you the 11. Lovers could help with the Royal Flush. Helps with a great number of things. Oh, hi, Mark. Probably shouldn't be going for the Royal Flush here, but... Okay. See if we can hit a lucky card. Bam. That's a lot of gold cards. Amir, thank you for the super chat. More hands. No thank you. Also no thank you. I'll take the hands. What if we come back for the seance later?
Well met.
Again, we got the important thing. Right as we hit the royal or the straight flush draw. We want to make more kings, but we don't want to make the royal flush too hard to draw here. What if I just do this instead? Do not want a hex.
Well met.
Kirsten, thank you for the 10. Could be a red seal in here. It is an immolate. Could be a red seal in here. That's a purple. Don't really need that right now. We got to take the rare one, unfortunately, but it's not good timing. And I need to find a 6 here. Thank you. Bummer. You just play the 4 of a kind, right? Been taking Barons a lot earlier since the incident. Yeah. It's true. We'll probably sell it soon. Or there's a chance we'll sell it soon. Unless we're able to get out of the 6 cents earlier than I want. It's another 6 at least. Should have taken the 4 of a kind level. But like part of the issue is I do just need a target for the Ecto right now. Should be fine. Just a little annoying. Alright. If only that had shown up before the Baron. I guess we can take this. It's very likely to just get sold and be money negative, though. It's not great timing on... Like, it's actually very poor timing on the antimatter. You don't want antimatter this early, usually. Like, because that means we're not getting overstock. Bummer. We have no scoring right now. We need to find some more kings. Okay. Well, we can start getting some levels on high card at least. That way we can get out of the scary face. What you need to do. Red seal. Another purple. Probably take it. No, 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 no. Still worried that might just kill me. By the time we're ready to shift to Molt, I think we want it to just be the Baron Mime. Yapper. I give her the super chat. Have you ever considered having your tarot read IRL and reacting to each card like you drew it in an Arcana pack with no context for the tarot reader? That would be a pretty good bit. That's like maybe in the top 10% of the suggested chat bits. And that's including Collies. So you should be proud of that one. Remember last time when I sold the Cryptid right before we got a Perkio? Surely that wouldn't happen again, right? Okay, we should have taken the photo. We're a lot more molt brain than I thought. Don't label me, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I watched the finals. It was a pretty incredible match. How many sixes are left? Just the one and it's the blue seal? Strength. Got 1-5. I'm gonna give up the purple. It's more important to find strength targets here, I think. And to find this. Okay. Don't label me, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Well, this is gonna hurt. Let's play the pair. It's more money with the golden ticket anyway. We need more kings? You're the expert. I don't know. Good thing you're here to help me out. Need another blue. Do need a strength.
Well met.
Okay. There's no value in the showman. There's not really any value in the Sixth Sense either, other than the copium that we're going to... It's fine. Run into a new 6. Can we make a royal flush or a straight flush somewhere here? Okay, so we can look for Seance instead.
Well met.
Princess Erica. No, this is gonna win. I give you the 16. The photo is actually a bad thing because it makes me win too quickly. Red seal? I mean, we have to. So we might be deathing purple. If we see a hand size option, it may simply be time to use the ecto so that we can get our inventory back. But we need a lot of strengths here, and we need the inventory space. I also don't really want to give up the golden ticket. It's a lot of money. I mean, it comes back around, right? It did. Okay, we just need the Chad now. This is probably next to go. 7s. Big. It's got to be like almost all of my 7s already. So much money I just lost. I don't know how I miscalculated the score that badly. Good voucher. Perfectly fine boss blind. Not Rye, thank you for the super chat. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have gone down so that I can win slower. $4K. Not you. It's never you.
Well met.
We might as well do this.
Well met.
Gargan and Pooney, thank you for the subs.
Well met.
Ori, thank you for the prime. Not seen a single strength yet, have we? Let's make our purples into rocks.
Well met.
Kill the 7s. Molecular, thank you for the 7. Go hearts, I guess. Here, we're on King of Hearts. We're also discarding King, so this is a little bit awkward. Because we do have to score somehow. Probably could have gotten away discarding more. Now that we've got a much smaller deck, we should have an easier time hitting that red seal. Kind of crazy that we're on 30 cards on anti-6. purple. Actually, maybe that Mary... I don't really want to give up the hand size. On 4s again. John, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Nanimp on phone seems like a nightmare. But GG, well done. Just in case. Okay. Got the 4. Got the purple. How easy is Nanimp with Perkio Observatory these days? Maybe second easiest way to get Nanimp with Perkio by a very wide margin. Ab Jorman, thank you for the super chat. The mime was ectoed. Okay, that's a much better red seal. Psychic is annoying, but we should be fine. That's already a queen. So we need to stop rolling. Got enough purple that we don't need to stress too much about it. Easiest to Serpent and Burglar, right? Well, yeah, but that doesn't require Perkio. I said with a Perkio. You're much better off with a Cryptid for Nanimp if you have a Perkio. Huge. Clubs actually aren't a bad bet in terms of the suit. So now it's just vouchers and jokers, mostly vouchers. But we've gotten a lot of time from already having Petroglyph on this ante. Alright, folks. Who's ready for the Perkio after we sold the Cryptid? We don't have either reroll voucher. But that's actually pretty good going into the Psychic, and we can hang on for it a while. Try and scam an Invis.
Well met.
Kaiser, thank you for the 8. It's maybe the second best hit, right? Because with this, we can't really like expect to go trib. So it is probably just the second best hit. Perfect. Very cool. Okay. We want to change this to a gold card, but it's something for now. Oh, 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 oh. Would be the worst? I mean, they're all the same in that they get sold, other than Perkio and, for now, the Shiko. Like, none of the other ones do anything. It's just a spot where a legendary isn't super meaningful. Okay. Would like to find a devil card now. Bummer. You're discarding kings.
Well met.
Vendetta, thank you for the prime. At 3 Shikos on Gold Stake run for 5 antes and missed all the fun bosses? Yeah. Like, we don't have either reroll voucher, so it's not like we can get good value off the Shiko even if we find a, you know, additional copies still. That's my goat. And $35 off of that Temperance. Let's do maybe this. Technically more money to discard them than play them, but I need to clear hands, and I only have 1 discard left. Oh, no, 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 no. Bummer. Like, just that 1 red seal does way too much for my score right now.
Well met.
Throw it on the pile. Maybe the last Pluto we get. We haven't seen a single cola, though. The Material God, thank you for the prime. Insane. Sure.
Well met.
Grammy, thank you for the 5. Yeah, the lack of overstock may be pretty limiting for this run, but we'll play it out. Sure why I sold those, but levels don't matter. Here's our red seal, or your ticket to red seal gold cards. Our golden ticket. I'm so sorry. But also, no, I'm not. Nice try, idiot. Barzal, thank you for the bits. How long would you take it to get your first Nan Inf in terms of hours played? I didn't pursue it for a very long time, so it's impossible to say. We want to get all of the non-kings out of our deck for the sake of the rebate, but there's also no hand here that... Well, could try something like this, maybe. I mean, we probably should play this hand anyway. But it might win. I'm very close, and I still can't get... I bottom decked the 3 cards I want... 2 of the 3 cards I want to get out of here. Bummer. They're actually more money with the mime in hand, but that was dumb. Okay, voucher. Go stay winning. Should not be opening those anymore. Probably shouldn't be buying these anymore, but... Whoa! The one time I'm looking for the invisible Joker. What would you want to ecto here, Roffle? I think I would be good with, like, Mime as the ecto target. That seems pretty good to me. Alternatively, maybe a Mime. Don't need any cards in here, so this is just wasted money. Bummer. Here. Oh. Keep winning before I want to. Alright. Just 2 cards remaining. There's more money over the course of the run. Poliostasis, thank you for the super chat. Glad you're enjoying the Shiko. I'm gonna try and make the Shiko stick and work. We probably don't actually get much value off of this anymore. Oh, they're looking for Brainstorm now. Money. Oh, right. Annoying. Yeah, I guess we try. Like, 0 colas is a huge problem, though. We're way behind where we need to be right now. Huh. Yeah. It's a good start. That's why we need to clear the cards. Juan, thank you for the super chat. I think we might as well change everything to the same suit for simplicity's sake. Hey, welcome, Zeno. Okay, that was worth. Oop. Level 15 is sufficient. Two more steel cards. This is better. Need to start getting the non-red seals out as well. Have to ask, why is it likely the only stream that will be happening for the week? Because I likely won't be streaming for the rest of the week. It's a decent score. Hero, thank you for the super chat. It would be better if we still had the golden ticket, but we don't. It's probably worth. I don't know, maybe the... Okay, hold on. Wait, this is actually good. We make more money as a result of, well, maybe not more money. But it's really funny to use Chico into the Serpent on this build, especially. Unfortunately, we're not going to go all the way in. Maybe we could hold it until we see another showman so that we can swap out that. But we actually need a lot of... like a lot of things to fall into place for us to even make this happen. That's one starting point. What about a second invisible? Yeah, since we're gonna goof around here anyway, maybe we do this. I shouldn't have been rolling, to be fair, but... But it's been fun to roll. Oh god! How can streamer do this? Would love to see an invisible copy in Invis. I think I have a short on that. Cost me a run.
Well met.
Oven Mitt, thank you for the
Well
gifted
met.
subs. Appreciate that. And Dancy, thank you for the 16. Okay. Let's do the funnier play here. Bummer. Gave up a DNA for nothing. Maybe. Definitely. We go again. I gotta stop letting that happen to me, man. I saw the Baron and not the golden ticket? Well, the Baron... I already have a Baron, and the golden ticket is the golden ticket. Which is a lot of money. Nice try, dummy. Gas. Thank you for the super chat. Probably wins. Mime in all caps. What are you talking about? What are you so pressed about? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Maybe they're just predicting what happens there. Wancho, thank you for the super chat. I think we have a big enough deck to do both the golden ticket and the mail-in rebate right now. Gas, thank you for the super chat. Couldn't get value off of that if we wanted. A lot of money. I saw that. We have no discards left. Greed is taking control. If you think this is greed, I could explain why you might think Nan and friends are luck. Is there a cutoff where you stop trying to find fun, you should go and do the normal routine? I'm assuming just as scoring catches up? Yeah, essentially. I'm gonna try it for as long as it's, like, practical. But, like you said, at a certain point, we can't afford to be goofy. Look, do not give them credit. They're just stealing that from a Hearthstone commenter. Dump, thank you for the super chat. Wouldn't negative mind be yours? It's true. That. We want that. Money. Here. I guess we should discard first. I'm trying to get 2 Shikos because, and Rarn, you should know this next time for Jeopardy. If you get 2 Shikos, it like, Shiko is coded not so that it disables the boss blind, but so that it reverses it. So if we get the -1 hand size, if you stack Shikos, that's +2 or +1 hand size. But I can see why you're spectating the first 2 rounds of Balatro Jeopardy now. Rude. Look, I said all last stream that he carried. Because we wouldn't have won without him. But he was sitting in a very comfortable chair in the corner for the entire first 2 rounds. And also, I can't get caught saying nice things about Rarin while he's here. I have to do that when he's nowhere to be seen. Obviously. The Jeopardy cuck chair? Well, I mean, not too far off from given the conversation that we had earlier on Rarin's stream. Pola? Bean's not here, right? Just every other Balatro streamer? What a roll. Why do I keep doing that in the wrong time frame? Well, I guess we need to be able to get a death anyway. Here. What are we rolling for? Invisible or DNA? Yeah, Showman as well. But Invisible just because it could be funny with Shiko. Oh, Wancho, thank you for the super chat. Next hand side or Ecto would be -2 hands. So we're probably not taking it here unless we start stacking Shikos. Probably want to farm that a little bit longer. Immolate? We don't. I mean, there is one rare Joker we might want, but it's not exactly urgent at the moment. Gift card put in work. No. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of space in our score still. And we're missing both hand size vouchers. Like, our hand size is as small as it could possibly be. So we've got nothing but upward potential from here. Alright, there's the Showman. Let's make it a little bit harder to find the DNA. But, like, just be good at the game, I guess. We could get a second soul into a second Shiko naturally now. Is that the natural? Would that be considered natural? Or unnatural? It was probably better to sell Shiko for the second rebate. But again, Shiko is the funny. I still have not learned my lesson a single time. We're just bleeding red seals $3 at a time. Gas, thank you for the super chat. Is it going to be a long game? Nah, we might just be dead in a couple antis or so. We don't even have the first boss reroll for Shiko yet, so that's another reason why it's super sketchy. 46. Another 46. Okay. We don't need Plutos. Oh! I mean, it has to be you, unfortunately. With only 2 discards, it's not super meaningful. Just like... I think we probably want the Temperance more. It's just probably more important to find... we could have gone with the Faceless there. Alright. Bummer. Here. Golden Ticket, not more money. It probably is at this point, but if it was in the shop, I missed it. Okay, hold. I mean, no matter what we end up doing, that's going to be necessary. Parking is definitely better here. Surely this doesn't accidentally win, right? Okay, we're good. I hate reserve parking just because it takes so long. Here.
Well met.
A blade, they give it the 2 months. Zeno, are you still here? I have some bad news to break to you. A chat message just reminded me of it. This is less annoying. Think you're still here lurking? Okay. Well, it turns out, unfortunately, that last match against Bean, where you scored 1.03 E19 and Bean scored 1.06 E19, actually wasn't an outrageously slim margin as the commentator, mentioned, because it was 600 quadrillion away. Unlucky. You got trounced. You got trounced. Like, the numbers don't lie. 3% difference? No. 600 quadrillion. Never mind that it's actually 300 quadrillion. That's good bait. I don't think it's bait. It's just pedantry on the internet. But if you wanted to, if you're smart enough to know that it's 600 quadrillion, 300 quadrillion actually, you should know that, like, that's not a useful measure when the numbers are that high, and you should actually look to relative score. Alright, I just like the sound of golden ticket more than rebate anyway. And I think we have enough cards to do that. Why did I sell that? Bro doesn't know what vouchers he has. Okay, maybe golden ticket is super tedious. I don't care about taros, I just want money. Play 3 more on the final hand. These 3. Move this. Does that 1 stone not bother you? Not really. It's a purple. Also, it's not like I've had anything to get rid of it with yet. I mean, I guess I've used some deaths on non-red seals, but non-red seals are effectively the same as the stone card in my mind. Like, I'm not even processing any of these jokers, so normally it's not a risk, but I think there's a legitimate chance that I just roll past something I'm looking for here because I'm just kind of eyes glazed over. It should be the Shiko. It's got to be the Shiko at this point, right? It's way too much money to pass up. We've seen the plant, we've seen the hook, we've seen the psychic. It's too much. We don't have the tools necessary to make it happen anyway on the time frame that we need it to. Okay, well now all we need is DNA. So with only 2 discards, this is probably more money, right? We have 4 hands that we can spend on it versus 2 discards, so even if we don't get full value, even if it's less value per king, it's probably more money than the rebate. It is more annoying, though. We haven't gotten retcon, no. But we got director's cut, so we are in a decent position for it. What are we farming money for? Rerolls for another invisible showman. Again, the rule is, if you think you have enough money in Balatro, no, you don't get more. If you're leaving money on the table, which we are right now, you're playing poorly. And you can't complain about luck. $450 is not much in an ANF world. We got to add a 0. Yep. Fortunately, we've got a decent amount of time to do so. Oh no, Roffle's a capitalist? Yeah. Yeah, explaining a situation is an endorsement of said situation. I mean, we would have had to sell the Shiko there anyway. Brother. Oh. I should have looked and checked harder for... Oh. We're not farming the golden ticket here. Would have been 2 more Shikos? Yeah, just like the first 2 times we ripped the invisible. It works 100% of the time. That's why we have 3 Shikos right now, right? And that would have been our 4th and our 5th. It's because it always lands on the Shiko. Showman's not useful anymore because we just need the DNA in the slot. There's nothing to double up. There's also no reason for the slowdown. We just want this and this and this. So it's all the second stage. Showman did pretty well today, though. Yes. I mean, infinitely better than Invisible, which is not rare. Bummer. We got 2 of the good ones, though. And we did clear a couple. I've had worse. All right. Theory of Atlas, thank you for the membership. Genuinely good skip for clearing vouchers? Yeah, it wasn't, like, perfect, but it was... I mean, given what the vouchers are looking like right now, probably above average. So, definitely can't complain. How'd you stack up on money as much if you get the DNA here? By not having to roll the shops. One point, do you take every single voucher even if it's bad? Never. That's throwing the run because we can't clog our shops. How many purples do you want to keep? None. We want to get all of the purples out, but I have stone cards to get rid of, or a stone card to get rid of first. So that's the priority for the death.
Well met.
Nino, thank you for the 8. What point do we start worrying about DNA? When we can't score enough? We should be pretty far above the requirements for a bit. So once this number starts getting bigger than this number is when we need to be concerned. All right. Probably don't want to cut cards because we want to farm the golden ticket where we can. Could have gotten that double though. We have a few steel. Sure are seeing a lot of invisible jokers now that the Shiko is gone. Hello. It's pretty good net negative. Still don't need the showman. Flint isn't a problem. Alright. Well, we are done rolling. And it's just a matter of whether the vouchers cooperate now. I accidentally onked the showman earlier today. Got possessed by chat brain thinking it would increase the non-existent odds associated with showman. It happens. Just a retcon now and it's a free nano. Not quite. Burglar can be very expensive. But we've got a lot more time now that we hit the DNA. Gonna change the suits of the steel? Yeah. Yeah, we will. Business card is not triggering. It's a 50-50. You need to go. Oh, this way. Possibility for anti-36. Probably not anymore after we got out of the Chico. We'd have to play very recklessly to try and make that happen from here. Chico, hopefully that. If we had retcon, we could reroll into the manacle every round and get giga hand size. So that we could take more ecto, so that we could get more jokers, and then hand size itself is score. But we have neither the Chico anymore nor the retcon, so it's off the table. There we go. Let's maybe find that steel before we bury it. Or not. Don't label me, thank you for the super chat. Negative business card is one of the best looking negatives. I agree. Some of the plain ones like receive the shaders of the different editions a little bit better than you would expect. Like, it is very monochromatic still, but I don't know, just has a nice look to it. Castle looks nice as a negative. Yeah, I mean, there are exceptions. Erosion looked great as a negative too, and we had that earlier. So it's not just that, like, the monochromatic ones aren't necessarily always exclusively better. It's just they do look better than you might expect. An example being red card, right? But then Castle looks, in my opinion at least, pretty horrific as a polychrome, whereas something like a business card or a red card in particular look very nice as polychrome. Another voucher cleared. I think we take this skip so that we can find another voucher skip. I don't think we can take that, though. I don't want to have to go on another hunt for the... Why am I rolling? We skip this. Go here. That's our best boss blind. There's our steel card. They're all red seals. I think I've probably got some non-red... Yeah, I've got a purple seal in there still. We flip the suit so that we can get a quick assessment of what our distribution of steel to gold is. As well as, like, certain boss blinds no longer require us, like, first hand drawn face down, you can always find your steel. The mark, you can always find your steel, so that saves you a minimum of $10 in rerolls in what would otherwise be like nuisance bosses that you just don't have to reroll anymore. Yeah, we're just doing it because checkered deck is cozy. Skipping this always seems to upset people, so deal with it, nerds. Skipping this always seems to upset people, so deal with it, nerds. Moral of the story is people are easily upset. No, we aren't, Madge. Oh, okay, sorry. That's my mistake. Dump, thank you for the super chat. Polychrome spare trousers is pure eye candy? I mean, I don't disagree. Plus, you can leverage it for the Pants Gambit against Turtle Bean. Not playing optimally is the best way to annoy people? Well, yeah, I do that just naturally, though. I don't even have to go in my way for that. But also, like, aura doesn't matter, and neither of those things matter, so it's not like that it would... Ooh. It's not like it was suboptimal to sell them or not use them. It just is inconsequential. Fortunately, playing optimally is the best way to invite people to ask the same 10x questions 1,000 times per day. They're going to do that anyway. Source. They have been for the past couple of years. Despite my best efforts to discourage that type of question and tell people that that's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to click the goofy cards, make a few throwaway jokes, and help you fall asleep at night. I'm here for sleep right now. What, at 1:20 p.m.? Guy who doesn't understand time zones. I actually shouldn't have spent that. I've got some more. Yeah, I've got this. We've got one non-red seal. Time zone in US is fake? It's real to me, damn it! But, like, only as a consequence of, you know, having to abide by it by living here. So when do the jokes come? We're saving those for the extra footage on the DVD. The bonus commentary. You gotta pay extra for that. When did Chico die? Oh, you're gonna want to sit down for this. What's a DVD? That's a good question. You see, when I was a child, back in my day, Theory, thank you for the super chat, and website, thank you for the super chat. Do you watch your own videos to fall asleep? No, it's bad enough I have to watch them in editing. What, are you crazy? Look, I know I'm a streamer, but I'm not that self-obsessed. Is it possible to find a negative trading joker? Possible to find any joker negative. What? Okay. Give me the retcon. Oh my god. Possibly 2 in a row again? We just need overstock, but we're kind of chilling. Guess we can take this, look for an immolate. Bang. Alright, now we're in a great spot. We've got several antes of farming money again. I had a VHS collection? Oh, that's true. I guess when I was a kid, VHS was still a thing.
Well met.
And those weird, like, plastic boxes that they came in for, like, the Disney movies. Anyone else's parents bet on Betamax? No. No, we're an alpha family. I was alpha maxing as a kid. Thank you very much. Don't label me. Thank you for the super chat. Petition for Roffle to only be able to say you're not going to want to stand for this given his anti-sitting agenda. Okay. Or you're going to want to stand for this, yeah. But I won't stand for any sitting. Unless it's on a flexi spot. E7 Pro. Hashtag sponsored. Wait, it's the C7 Pro. Oh no, they're gonna break the contract. The C7 is the desk, or the E7 is the desk. The C7 is the chair. Ah! Oh god. I'll never financially recover from this. They're gonna make me ship back the desk and chair. Old age getting to poor Roffle? That's true. That's true. Dementia, thank you for the prime.
Well
Website, thank you for the super chat. Do you think standing is better, or is it more optimal to get a walking pad? Alright, we're optimizing everything now. Just do whatever's comfortable for you. I don't know. I'm not gonna... I already get enough weird comments about people freaked out that I'm simply standing at a standing desk. I don't need to exacerbate that further by adding a walking pad. I'll just go outside and take my dogs for a walk, you know? My name is Mr. H. Thank you for the 9. What's the optimal stride length? Probably much shorter than mine. Not only am I very tall, but I've got like the Conan O'Brien build where my like waist is at most people's belly buttons, so I'm just like 75% leg. So, like, legitimately, one of my steps is like, or like 3 of my steps is at least 4 to 5 of a of a typical person's stride. One hand type. This guy's flexing? No, it's... I look like Gumby. What are we talking about? It's absurd. It's goofy. What size pants do you wear? 32, 36. I have to order them online because they do not sell that size in stores. No offense, he did kind of look lanky at the Game Awards. Yeah, no, I mean, that's just my reality. Anything longer than 34 just doesn't exist. I mean, even finding 34, like, I used to wear 34s just because it was close enough and we called it good. But even finding those in stores can be difficult. Ankle showing? Yeah. Yeah, which, like when you're in high school is not not a good look, you know? Especially... Oh, no, not you.
Well met.
Zek, thank you for the prime.
Well met.
Minkus, thank you for the prime. And Industrial, thank you for the super chat. Who is Gumby? Green fella hangs out with like a weird horse made out of clay. I don't know. What's he been up to lately? Did he get canceled or something?
Well met.
Say something bad on air? Light, thank you for the 3 months. In advance. Pokey? That's right. Pokey. Passed away. Rip to the goat. It's not a nice way to talk about Matthew Broderick. Did Matthew Broderick voice Gumby in something? My man just, like, voices everyone randomly somehow. Like, wasn't he also Simba? Gumby voiced by Eddie Murphy? What's going on? How many different people voiced Gumby, allegedly? Old SNL? Dumb, thank you for the super chat. Your legs are long for a reason. It's so you can reach the ground. Someone fact check that, please. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Theory, thank you for the super chat. Try out Dice a Million the game. What if I don't want to? What about what I want to do? Which is this Balatro run right now.
Well met.
Spoopy Doctor, thank you for the 4. Just picture Roffle as being the floating body only, so knowing he has legs is weird. Yeah, that's the craziest part is most of you have never perceived my legs, yet, again, I'm like majority leg. Really makes you think.
Well met.
Slap my face, I will not.
Well
That could get me
met.
banned on this website, but thank you for the prime. And Mika, thank you for the 2. It's like an iceberg? That's actually a good assessment, yeah. You're not gonna believe what I did to the Titanic that one time. To be clear. the boat kind of had it coming. Not the people on it, but, like, the boat knows what it did.
Well met.
That was you? I told you, I've been telling you I'm old. Like, nobody listens to me. I can't confirm I was the boat. Yeah, sorry about all that. At least you got some... At least you got some company down there now. Sorry. I met James Cameron. He's always going to hang out with you. Dub, thank you for the super chat. I mean, he didn't stop blinking from getting shot? Okay, but, like, that happened on land. And as an iceberg, like, you could see how that might be a problem for me.
Well
Even if we're
met.
continuing the bit. So what I'm trying to say is don't put that evil on me. Bang. Ice is on land? Sometimes. We do kind of want the Overstock Plus, right? That's why it's called Iceland? Yeah, because it's always so icy. Everyone knows that. As opposed to Greenland, which is green 365 days a year. Yeah. They wouldn't have those names if it weren't true. Why didn't Roffle stop the Industrial Revolution? Well, as Chad pointed out earlier, I'm clearly a greedy capitalist, so I was too busy profiting from it. Sorry. Needed a lot of money stored up over centuries to fulfill my dream of becoming a card game streamer. Bummer. No? Sure, why not? You can't have 3 blueprints in Baron without the Industrial Revolution? Yeah, like, I mean, but eventually Baron might have to go, but they'll probably still do fine, economically at least. I hope Magic Hat gets killed in 1.1. What does the greatest character in Peggle have to do with this game? Industrial, they give you the membership. Like, it's all thanks to Magic Hat, right? Dude lived for 500 years just to wait for a dude to think, what if poker, but it takes a PhD to master? But wait, I don't have a PhD. What are you saying? Monarch, thank you for the super chat. Do you view chat as a one big amorphous persona in your mouth? Or are we several thousand people fascinated with your doors? It oscillates between the two. It's honestly kind of hard because of the asymmetry to... I don't know. To think of chat as usually as anything other than a single entity. Just because there are thousands of you and one of me, right? But then I have like moments of clarity where I realize that's not the case and it is actually thousands of you, and then that freaks me out, so I just go back to to thinking you as a monolith. It's better as a hive mind, yeah. We are watching We Are Legion. See multiple of you making that exact same joke just makes it so much easier to treat you as one single entity, so you're helping me out with that, actually. We are Venom? Yeah, you're just like the good guys in Pluribus. I don't know, I've only watched the trailers. Actually, no. Sorry. I don't know, I've only read Twitter threads about it, or something. That's a much better bit. Pluribus is so good, I agree. Dumb, thank you for the super chat. What if there are no other streams on different platforms and Roffle is just talking to himself in his head? We are just watching a man go insane? Yeah, again, that's why we try not to think too hard about chat as multiple people. Just there's just one of you. It's easier. Come on now. There we go. Probably should just full discard. I've got enough steel to reliably draw them at this point. Luminary, thank you for the bits. Missed an opportunity to call us an obelisk and not a monolith. Yeah, but obelisk is a good joker in this game. So in my mind, like, I associate obelisk with good. Do we even exist on our own, or is our existence reliant on Mr. Streamer? You gotta get out of the cave, man. Hashtag Bean is wrong about obelisk. Okay, has anyone else watched that video, though? Because I have, and it was genius. And not just because I agree with the original premise. Obelisk good. Have we been playing the same game? Yeah, Gold Stake Balatro. That's the game I play usually. Where Obelisk is an extraordinarily good joker. Now, to be clear, Bean doesn't play the same game as me necessarily. So that's where some of the difference in opinion comes from. But it was still a good and funny video. When I started watching MLB, I realized I was playing a different game to them. Yeah, me too. Wait, no, I won season 1, but still. But still. It took some time to adjust. And also, other people have gotten a lot better since then, and I have not. So it's more true that, like, after seeing Bean join in Season 2, and then, like, you know, watching Edsy grind multiplayer, watching Sizak and Vagabond when they joined in Season 3. Made me realize I was playing a different game. And then just watching Doc play anything makes me feel like I'm playing a different game, so... Hate the fact that you need a brain to play Obelisk. It's true, it's true. So here's the tricky part with Obelisk. Is you play a hand, you get a chip joker, you get a molt joker, you keep playing that one hand. And this is the part that really trips people up because you have to use your brain for this one. You stop playing that hand. I can't think of anything that requires more thought than that. How can I play hand and then not play hand? That's literally impossible. Look, you won't get me arguing the case for, like, thinking while playing this game. You might have noticed that from watching me play. But, like, this ridiculous agenda that playing Obelisk requires thought is absurd to me. You just do a thing, and then for the rest of the run, about halfway through, you do another thing. A Monarch, thank you for the super chat. But Roffle, I only have 2 hands? Perfect. That's all you need. Luminary, thank you for the bits. I don't think I play this game unconsciously. Wait, so not only are you falling asleep to my videos on Balatro, but you're falling asleep playing Balatro? The sleep industry in shambles right now? We probably got close to enough money. We've got way too much steel. Alright, sure, whatever. Sleep industry in shambles not because of Balatro, it's in shambles because of woke. It's true. Can't even get sleep anymore because of woke. Play Orange Steak? Why don't you play Orange Steak and you can watch me play this run while you're playing Orange Steak? Then we can each do what we want. Also, why would I play Orange Steak when Gold Steak exists? Monarch, thank you for the super chat. This would be the funniest time for you to take a mattress sponsor? You're not going to believe this, but I think that FlexiSpot has beds. Hashtag ad, exclamation point FlexiSpot in chat. Thank you for that layup. You play Orange Steak because you don't have to pay the rent, I think. Yeah, but won't someone think of the landlords? Oh snap, I have a FlexiSpot standing desk? Me too. Landlord voucher win? I think that's just clearance sale and liquidation because we're, you know, always giving landlords tax breaks instead of like people that own their homes. Or whatever. Does the standing desk make you better at Balatro? You'll have to ask Bean for that. I think the standing desk was part of his Roffle cosplay. What will happen if we reach 1 million score? Possible to say. I'm not good enough to get there myself, unfortunately. Maybe with a little bit more practice. Remember, Roffle isn't good at Balatri, he's just got a better standing desk than you? Been trying to say that. But also, maybe I'm better than some of you, given the suggested plays you make. Don't label me, thank you for the super chat. Only Oblo's build to make it zero thinking would be to have the highest played hand type in the Joker tooltip and then a text box a la mouth to pop up if it's going to reset it. I don't think that's necessary at all. I mean, you've got that information with one click if you really need it. All right. Well, I'm not even gonna bother maxing out all the gold here. And what ante should we attempt in? It's only possible after ante 25, so on ante 26 on is when we'll go for it. We need to get through the ante 24 choke point first, and then ante 25 we score too much before we can get enough kings in hand. This 26 is funnier than 25. Wait until you hear 26. Wait until you hear about 27. To preempt everything, we are not going for the bean bug this round. We don't have the funds to do it. It would be a bad strategy to do it. Ante 24 is the riskiest time to go for it. So there is no bean bug here. It's the highest ante you've ever gotten. 39. What comes after 39? The kill screen. I thought 40. Nope. I mean, there's like a weird bug that you can do with multiple copies of Mr. Bones. But that's a more specific setup than I think the Chico requirement would be. We don't want Amber Acorn. We don't want that. Really want that? Let's just do Vessel again. Finally, it's out of here. Let's see what this looks like. Look at that money. The score requirement passed anti-39 infinity, thus making it impossible to trigger bones because 25% of infinity is just infinity. Yes, that's why it's a very specific situation with double Mr. Bones. It's a bug. It's not intended behavior. It's like double Mr. Bones, and then you have to lose by emptying your deck rather than missing the scoring requirements or something. I think you still need 25%, but I may be wrong. I mean, again, it couldn't be possible for it to work if you still need 25% because you can't ever get 25%, right? Like, the requirement for anti-39 is not infinity. It's literally not a number, so it can't be compared. That's why scoring Naninf into anti-39 doesn't beat anti-39, because you're comparing, like, a nil value, like, to your score, so you can never exceed it, where you can never compare in any way, whether it's a quarter of the way there or whether it's above it. You don't do it in anti-39, you do it in a normal anti? Wait, is that real? Dumb, thank you for the super chat. What's your favorite Balatro bug? Even though it didn't work here, I kind of like the Shiko bug, because I feel like that should just be... I feel like that's the one where if you just simply reword Shiko, that would be a cool, like, niche interaction and slight buff to Shiko. Maybe even, like, make Shiko copyable with Blueprint and Brainstorm to, like, give it some extra incentive. I just checked, a guy did it on anti-7 and jumped to 60. Okay, maybe we'll try that sometime. It'd be kind of a short video, though, wouldn't it? Where's the Shiko bug? We discussed it earlier, but basically, instead of just negating the boss blind, the way that it's programmed is that it undoes whatever the boss blind is. So, for the Manacle, for instance, if you have one Shiko, it goes from baseline hand size to -1, then it goes +1. So you go back to your baseline hand size. If you have two Shikos, it goes down 1, +2, so you net 1 hand size permanently after the Manacle. So if theoretically we changed the wording for Shiko and said undo, or, like, apply the opposite effect of the boss blind. First of all, that makes just Shiko a little bit more interesting. It does what it's already doing with clearer text, and then making it copyable would make that, like, type of interaction a little bit more common, which I think would be neat. Ox suddenly doubles your money. I don't know how certain bosses interact with it right now, like with the current bug. It's probably like maybe a Matador situation where it's a little inconsistent. Yeah, we're just looking for the bungler now. But the reserve parking early is a really good hit because that's our best like intermediate econ joker, so we can roll very aggressively here and expect to make a lot of the money back. So let's roll to maybe 50. Never mind. So again, we can't get it here because it will win too quickly, especially with that. Actually, maybe that slightly changes the math so we can sneak it through. FPS, thank you for the prime. Matador gotta be my least purchased joker. Very early, it's extraordinarily good. The problem isn't that Matador is weak, is that it's inconsistent. In the right situation, you can, like, a single Matador is better than an investment tag. An investment tag is like the best anti-1 or 2 skip you can take in the game. So it's like, again, the issue isn't that Burglar is, or not Burglar, Matador is bad, it's that it's inconsistent in what it does and how frequently it can actually proc. Matador would be amazing if it just worked on every boss blind, yeah. But, like, not all boss blinds have an activated trigger effect when you play a hand, right? So, I understand why it doesn't. Plus $8 for every hand played during the boss blind? Could be. That might be. That sounds very, very strong, especially if you can copy it with Blueprint. Which I don't know if you currently can, but if that effect is copyable, that's an outrageous amount of money. But I guess that's essentially what it does in certain boss blinds already. So at least that would give it a more consistent effect. I feel like this Nan Infrared has been the best one yet. I feel like you did everything right and in the correct order. Maybe it's just that you've been having some bad luck recently. Yeah. No, this is another one where I don't think I played it particularly well. Everything just kind of happened, right? Like that. I think it was we probably generated maybe in the past like month. We probably generated close to 40, maybe 50 spectral cards off of seances, and we got 0. This time I think we got it off of the first hit. So, I mean, that's not something that's in my control. That was just kind of lucky. And like took a lot of the pressure off of the run. We also had the vouchers cooperate a lot more than they usually do. Like this is 2 in a row now, but these past 2 have not been like played particularly well. They just have been a lot more generous with the seeds than the past few attempts. But I do think that these are actually like closer to your average seed than the previous attempts were. I think we had a lot of outliers in the past few months. Or past few weeks at least. We're still not going to be able to win here, right? It's basically impossible to nan-inf unseated without at least some luck, though. If you say so. It actually requires very little luck. And some of the struggles that I've had recently is I was getting unlucky, but was also playing bad because I was tilted from being unlucky in those. There were 2, maybe 3 runs where you could say I just got unlucky, but the rest of them were just not playing well enough. I can't imagine Roffle tilted. And you haven't seen me roll for, you haven't seen me spend 960 rerolls looking for 1 Baron over the course of a run. Or 750 rerolls looking for 1 Blueprint over the course of the run. It just meant that sometimes the game doesn't produce a necessary joker or voucher no matter what you do. If a joker doesn't produce, or if the game doesn't produce a joker that you need, then you didn't make enough money. And you can't blame luck. Like, even in the instance where it took me all of those rerolls, we're talking nearly 1,000 rerolls for a joker. That could have been mitigated if I just made more money, right? So, skill issue. The vouchers are a little bit less under your control, but if you make a lot of money, then you get a lot of colas. And then, more than likely, you are going to get a voucher skip at some point in the run. So, again, a lot of things that are attributed to the luck in this game are just simply not having enough money. But it is good that in case anyone missed literally the last stream where we had the same exact conversation numerous times, that they can tune into this new stream and have that same conversation numerous times. It is bad luck that can be mitigated by playing better? Yes. Yes, but and that's true. Sometimes you can get unlucky. I'm not saying that you can't get unlucky. I've experienced that recently. I'm saying that a lot of times people misattribute things not working out the way that they wanted in this game to luck instead of... Like, Balatro is a very high agency game. Source, I played Hearthstone for years. Which is also a higher agency game than people give it credit for. But, like, because it's single player, because it's a closed environment, like, it's very, very, very high agency, even though it has the aesthetics of gambling. That's the point I'm trying to make. And that too quickly people are frequently attribute luck what is just like experience. Like, even when you're playing on higher stakes and you're just looking to beat Ante-8, you probably didn't lose because you were unlucky. I say that as someone that doesn't have a high win rate as well. I mean, some of that is that I'm frequently going for the content line instead of just the winning line. What's your high streak? Somewhere between 8 and 10? I don't know. Not very high, because I don't. I, like, did one stream where I actively tried to do streaks, and I didn't enjoy it, so I stopped. Because it didn't interest me. There are only so many times I can do another pair run, you know? No disrespect to people that do enjoy that. That's just... like, I don't know. I don't set out to play a game with necessarily a goal in mind, because that takes away the fun of playing with the silly game for me. Yeah, Kirsten and SBAV are good resources if you want to see people going for streaks. Similar to speedrunning, the grind sometimes is awful. Yeah, and I don't like the sensation of, like, being disappointed in the outcome of a digital toy, right? Like, I've spent way too much of my life as it is concerned about my rank, concerned about the outcome of things that simply don't matter. And, you know, even though creating Balatro content is my job, like, I don't like, I don't know, having the outcome of something so meaningless. affect my mood in any way. We done unseeded nanim streaks? If so, how many in a row? Again, even when I do streaks of any kind, it's just incidental. This will be my second in a row. But I have done 3 in a row before. But again, that was just incidental. We were just doing goofy runs, and it just kind of happened that way. 48 cards in hand in nanim. It should be like 43 to 44, depending on the specifics of the setup. How long have you played Balatro for? Since the final, like, demo. So, over 2 years. Do you use any mods or are you doing this vanilla? The only mods that I have are to help chat. I have one that does the Joker pop-up here. Well, that actually helps me in editing. And then the one that allows you to hover over the Jokers on Twitch. But everything else is vanilla.
Well met.
Aaron, thank you for the prime. The base chips are low. Richie, you gotta, like... You gotta step your game up if you're gonna try and bait, because it's just getting embarrassing for you at this point. But congrats on that attention or whatever. Yeah, before Balatro, I did Hearthstone for 6, maybe 7 years. That's not even necessarily a meme. I think that was about how long it was.
Well met.
Zaphias, thank you for the gifted subs. And then they deleted my favorite game mode, and I made a second channel that ended up surpassing the first one. So I've been like Hearthstone clean for over a year now. Why did you stop playing Hearthstone? Just doing anything for that long a period of time, you know, wears on you. Especially the content release schedule was. I don't know. Like, it was nice to get new content, but like there were basically 6 patches, the pirate, per year that I could not necessarily plan in advance around, but I had to be here and ready to make content for. So it was like difficult to take even or plan even like short trips to see friends and family. Also, for like half of that time, I was working a full-time job as well, so it was really hard to take trips during that period. $90. Is this enough? This is enough, right? Well, is here after Markiplier video recommended Roffle? Yeah, that was a big day for Roffle enjoyers. There was like a noticeable... I was confused, like, I was like, why is there a big spike on my analytics this week? And then it was, I was like, oh, my videos are getting served next to Markiplier for some reason. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted subs. And Iron, thank you for the donation. Denial, thank you for the super chat, or the bits as well. Playing this game since it came out, finally got it making some headway and understanding a lot of it thanks to you. So thank you and always enjoyed the content. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the content, but I don't know what you could possibly be learning from me. Dumb, thank you for the super chat. Do you like the serpent, bug, nannymph, or perchiocryptid? I like the serpent one because it's easy and replicate, like easy to replicate at least. Whereas just jamming the first run that I get on a random seed, getting a perchio isn't really that practical. And Captain Chuakala, thank you for the super chat. Do you find anything worth noting from yesterday's match between Bean and Dr. Spectre? To any play or purchase in particular? I think Tarot Tycoon is better than I give it credit for, maybe. Is what I learned. I was mostly just enjoying them play. Not really trying to take anything from it other than entertainment. GG. 2 in a row, not bad. Holy essay. I mean, honestly, luck is just a matter of what the odds of a certain thing happening and it actually happens. Like the chances of a specific rare joke and you want to show up and my math is correct is 100 with no overstock. So if you happen to roll into that joker early with 200 rerolls, the luckier you are, the later it appears after the 2 rerolls, the unluckier you are. So in any so-called lucky situation, you just have to have an accurate understanding of the odds of that event happening. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we had moved on from that conversation a while ago, but I guess that probably took a lot of time to type out. It's true there is a Balatro update later this year. Yeah, probably. One MLB? It's, well, we don't know. That season's still going on. MLBA, which is Balatro, just ended yesterday, but I'm not going to spoil that for anyone, so you should go watch the VOD on YouTube. So what do we do now? Probably end the stream is what I do now, so that I can get some stuff done, so that maybe there's a better chance of me streaming tomorrow now. But there's no guarantee that there will be a stream tomorrow. On Wednesday, I am flying out at a very early time in the morning, so I have a lot of stuff that I need to do in order to prepare for that, so there's no guarantee that there will be a stream tomorrow. Do not expect a stream tomorrow. There will not be any streams for the remainder of the week, even if there is one tomorrow. So, videos will go up as usual. But I will not be here for the live content. We'll be back to the usual schedule on Monday, a week from today. So on May the 4th. Don't label me. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think the Balatro success happens if you don't do Hearthstone first? Probably not, no. I learned a lot, first of all, about making YouTube content, and I kind of got a leg up on like many other people creating Balatro content simply because I already had an audience from Hearthstone that, you know, not all of, but a portion of did transfer over to Balatro. So I was kind of starting, you know, ahead of other people making Balatro content at that time. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I'll be back on guaranteed on Monday, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how much I'm able to get done today. I'm going to send you over to Murphy, though, so you're not done with some juicy Nannymph content. Murphy's going to be doing some Nannymph speedruns here after a few moments. So have fun, hang out with Murphy. Good dude, great streamer, friend of the show. And I'll see you the next time I stream.